Right then, Lift Misconceptions episode 3, and I'm still making these videos because there's still so many people out there that spread utter shit about lifts, which is completely untrue, and it just baffles me, the stupidity amongst so many people, but not so much about individual people. But what really gets me is when there's people out there trying to inform other people with untrue facts, which I find absolutely disgusting. The amount of untrue facts out there, and the amount of crap you get on the internet about lifts. So just doing a simple search for lift freefall, and this is what you get. The only way to survive a free-falling elevator lift. And this is by Brightside, a big YouTube channel which should know better than spewing out this utter bullshit. And in the video, firstly, it's going again on the whole concept of if you jump, can you survive a free-falling lift? The question is unanswerable because it's a stupid construct of a question in the first place. Then it's got one person in the lift with the lift free-falling when the lift would free-fall upwards with one person because the lift is under half capacity. The likelihood of the actual lift cables breaking and the lift falling down is really, really low. There's almost no chance at all because it's the most obvious thing. The cables are the thing that has the most amount of effort put into making the cables overly engineered and would never snap because it's the most obvious thing, so it's the thing that's been most engineered to prevent. And even if the cables were to snap, which they obviously wouldn't, then the governor would stop the lift. So the only way the lift would freefall is if the brake was to fail. And if the lift's more than a few years old and it's before the regulations failed to have bi-directional governors, then the lift could freefall upwards, especially since there's only one person in the lift, meaning it's under half weight, meaning the counterweight's more heavy. But nevertheless, big YouTube channel, once again spilling out crap. Then, as well as this, there's more videos all based on the concept of can you jump in a free-falling lift to survive? It's a stupid question because it's an irrelevant question in the first place. Got this video, got another one, how to survive an elevator fall. The stupidity here and the fact that these people are trying to misinform other people. But a video I want to show today is this one. Boy uses umbrella to prevent elevator door from closing, causes free fall. This news organisation that's giving out this video is spilling out untrue facts. This title is completely utterly untrue. The lift never free falls. So let's watch the video. So here from CGTN, Chinese News Network. A boy held an elevator and waited for his father to come. So let's have a look. There's pressing door hold button. Then he changed his mind and uses an umbrella to hold the doors open using the beam sensors. Lots of people do this, so I wouldn't blame the boy at all because loads of people do this. Then the doors close because it's on nudge mode, safety manages to connect and the lift starts moving. The lift doesn't free fall, the video was actually sped up. So if I go back, let's just watch this again. On the first clip, actually I don't even know if that is sped up, whether it's just a really fast lift because look at how many floors it is, so the lift's going to be speeding up quick anyway. So I think, actually, looking at it, I think it's very slightly sped up, but I actually think it's a fast lift anyway. It doesn't free fall. Then, later on in the video, it says, the lift stopped moving at a 25th floor, holding a boy captive. That's because the umbrella went up in the doors. When the umbrella hit the top of the doors, it then opened the doors a bit, which should break safety. But the utter lies this news company's trying to spill out, this disgusts me. Look what it says, but suddenly the elevator closed and had a free fall. I think it's unacceptable for news networks to say stuff that's untrue. I don't even look at the news that much nowadays, because when you switch on news on TV, it's full of utter lies, and it's disgusting. News networks don't want to inform people, despite what they say. They want people to be dumbed down because they don't want engineers nowadays. The government doesn't want people clever at question and think about things. No, they want people to be simple and just lap up any media given to them because then they can just spill out whatever propaganda they want. News networks, government, society simply does not want clever people nowadays that actually thinks things through. Now, this video does pose the question of the safety of nudge mode. I'll come on to the safety of nudge mode later on. First, let's look at the comments this video received. And here is my comment. I'm sick of people posting lies. It's a deliberate attempt to dumb people down. And I honestly feel this is another attempt by news networks to simplify people. I just want people to just simply lap up memes and not think about things in detail. What happened is the lift went into nudge mode and ignored the beam sensors. The lift started moving as the doors closed enough for safety to connect. The lift started moving when the umbrella hit the top. It forced doors open and broke safety, leaving the lift stuck. The lift didn't free fall. Saying it free fall is very inaccurate and is unacceptable. Also, if it had a free fall, it would have gone upwards because the lift is under half capacity. So then, we've got the question of why is this news article spewing out these incorrect facts? And while what I'm about to say, I don't think it's completely directly, I don't think it's a completely direct thing that a news company necessarily wants people to be really dumb. It fits into a culture that governments don't want people to be too clever. It's like a government wants to spread like a culture among society, and I've seen it in person where you see people in the street where someone who has some knowledge on something and their friends then try and dumb them down. It's like a government tries to spread its message through society like, we don't want clever people, we have to make clever people feel awkward and become less clever. And why do governments want people to be less clever? Because of course, if people are less clever and are like sheep and just follow what the media says, the government can then overhype terrorist attacks, make it sound like terrorist attacks are far more likely to happen than they actually are, and then the government can then get away with passing legislation so they can then go and spy on your internet. And because of that, there's a culture amongst people in general, the government and media, of spewing out incorrect facts and not wanting people to question what they're given. So then, let's now take a look at some of the other comments that people have left on this video. This first one by Ray Mack. He is very, very lucky. Many had died that way. Nope, that is not true. While in Soviet Russia and China, people have died because of the lack of safety being cared about and lifts moving the door open. In this video, the boy was fully inside lift, so there's no chance he could have died. So let's look at this comment by dboy37, or maybe he could have, just waited outside the elevator. Loads of people hold doors open using the beam sensors. You can't blame the boy for that. This one by Salman Abraham has put, the elevator was made in China. This we see in this video actually could happen in Europe. I know lifts in Europe where this could have happened, and I'll come on to this later on. And this next comment, lucky boy escaped without an injury. I wouldn't call him lucky, I wouldn't expect him to have an injury from this happening. I am sorry man, you can hate me for this, but this boy is stupid, bro. I could have easily just held the elevator open by pressing a goddamn button. This person's not a prick. Nudge mode will still close the doors if you're pressing a door hold button. What a stupid comment, and millions of people hold the doors open using the beam sensors on lifts. It happens all the time. You cannot blame a boy for what happened. So then, this brings us on now to the safety of nudge mode, and I have been concerned with nudge mode on some lifts in England. Now in a lot of lifts, on modern day lifts, the point where the two doors close, where the two doors touch, there's often a ridge. This ridge is to prevent very small objects from being in the doors, allowing safety to connect with the door shut. Because safety on the inner doors, if you open the doors by like a centimetre, often safety is still connecting. You have to open doors like 2 centimetres for safety to break, so a very thin object in the doors and the lift could still move. And having a ridge where the two doors meet prevents the doors from fully closing and safety connecting when there's a very small object in between the doors. But a lot of lifts still don't have this. And I find nudge mode quite aggressive on some lifts, because a lot of lifts, nudge mode, the doors actually force close, and actually close with quite a bit of force. And a lot of lifts, such as Otis 2000's Gen 2s, go BANG as the doors close, quite aggressive. Other lifts have an announcement saying get out of the way, but a lot of lifts is just like a buzzer, and people don't know what that means. People are just confused. People think, what's that sound? Has someone pressed the alarm button? They actually don't know what nudge mode is. Doors close quite aggressively, and when doors have closed on nudge mode, when I want the doors to stay open, I put my foot in the door, because pressing door open won't do it. Beam sensors are now inactive, so I put my foot in the way of the doors to stop doors closing on nudge mode. But when this happens, firstly, the lift can't move because my foot's bigger than like 2 centimetres, so safety's not going to connect, so I'm not in any danger by putting my foot in the way of the doors. But what often happens is, I've got my foot in the way of the doors, a lift's closing its doors on nudge mode, the doors get to my foot and carry on trying to force close, despite the fact a lift could tell the extra amps in the motor because the doors are not moving anymore. Still doesn't open doors. Some lifts will carry on force closing the doors. Then after 30 seconds, the doors will stop and there'll be the fault doors closed timed out. And when doors closed timed out fault happens, the lift is now out of service. If you try and call a lift on the outside, the lift won't come, it's out of service. Luckily though, if you press a button inside when that fault happens, pressing the button inside fixes the fault and the lift then tries again to close its doors. But nevertheless, I find nudge mode quite aggressive, and on lifts which don't have the ridge in the doors, I think nudge mode can be unsafe for the reasons shown in this video. So let's now take a look at a lift in Westfields. These are Otis Gen 2 lifts. Now the outer door does have the ridge. So if something got trapped between the inner and outer doors, the door wouldn't close, the outer door wouldn't shut because of the ridge. The inner door doesn't have a ridge. So although it would be less likely for this event to have happened, it still could possibly happen. Although I don't think these lifts actually have nudge mode as far as I can remember, but I'm not certain. Some Gen 2s do have nudge mode, so less likely to happen because of a ridge on the outer doors, but because of no ridge on the inner doors, it could possibly happen. Let's just take a look with this small metal object, my lift key, the same size as an umbrella handle, and the lift starts with the object in the way of the doors. The doors actually close, hit my crucifix key, and the lift actually starts moving. It's only when I move my key to open the doors a bit further open, only then does the lift stop. Let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Mr. Crucifix. I am the best king. Ow! And I can do safety brake.
Jesus Christ!